Hello. Hello, Debbie. My name is Fred from metalops.com. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
How are you? It's warm in England. It's hot because in France it's hot.
It is, yeah. We've
Yeah.
we've had a good day today. It's been a nice day. This
Okay.
weekend was super warm, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to meet to better know you. Honestly, I discovered your band this last month, and it's my big my crunch, we say, for next September for the back to school, because I like very much your new album.
Oh, thank you. I'm really pleased you like
I
it.
start
Thank
with
you.
congratulations, but it's sincere. We don't make interviews at meetups.com if we don't like, or but yes, we are. It's a big crunch. So let's go. Okay. So, could you just go remember how and when did you join the band? Because in fact, the band was founded in 2014 without you
hmm
in Wiltshire in Swindon, southwest England, south England, but without you first. So I want to know, how did you join the band? Why you? Why they hire you? Tell me all. In HERIOT.
Yeah, I first met the guys in Bristol in 2016. I was playing for a different band then, and I loved Heriot. I can say that because I wasn't in the band at the time. But
Okay,
I watched them and I thought they were amazing. And it was a really small show. It was a pub show. We got on super well, and from that, we became really good friends and
okay,
friends outside of music as well as in. We would go to festivals together, and
okay,
we just became really close. And then a few years passed, and I think it was 2018 or 19 when they needed a new guitarist, and I was talking to them about whether they wanted to start a new band together, and they kind of were like, "Well, we could do with a second guitarist.
okay.
Why don't you join us?" So yeah, I think it was 2018 or 2019.
You are young. You are very young. So you, before to join the band, you practice guitar in your in at home. Explain that you have another band. If you had
Yeah,
another before.
yeah. I used to play in different bands. I
Okay.
played guitar for many years.
And sing
And
and sing and sing.
singing is a more recent thing since I joined Harriet. I sometimes, very occasionally, did like backup vocals in previous bands and things like that. But in terms of like clean singing, I'd never ever done that before Harriet,
Okay.
and I'd never done lead vocals before Harriet.
Okay. And you, so you came more from the punk hardcore scene or more metal scene or crossover?
Yeah, yeah, metal. I've never really been in the punk scene, although I like punk music. I've never been in a punk band.
Okay. Okay. So and the so no no you are going to release the new album of HERIOT with you. Is it your first recording, first studio recording, full length studio album with HERIOT?
So we did an EP called Profound Morality.
Yeah.
So I was on that EP, and we've done a few singles around that and before that, but for all of us, this is our first album, and it's Harriet's first album as well.
Okay. 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 Did you feel any pressure before to go to studio to compose, because it's a big step for you and for the band
Yeah,
with you?
I think for most bands and artists, going into the studio is quite a nerve-wracking thing, but um, it's a thing that we love most in life, and so to be able to do something like an album is, you know, so amazing for us, and we're so grateful that we've been able to make a full body of work. For sure, there was a pressure on doing it, but I think there always is when you're doing something that you care about.
Okay. Okay. Um, Before to go deeper in the album, are you connect? Do you have you and the other persons of the band? Uh, are you connected with the English scene, especially in hardcore and metal of the south of England? For example, I met and I saw live an interview Overpower.
Hmm.
They come from Bristol.
Yeah.
Venom Prison with
Hmm.
Larissa from the Wales, but she lived in England, in London now. And Conjurer from Rugby, if I Grove Street from Southampton, I can quote a lot of band. But are you connected for with this other band and maybe other band, or there is a because I think there is a new coming, a new wave of British heavy metal, maybe in England.
Yeah, for sure. The UK isn't very big, I
Yeah,
guess, in
yeah.
comparison to other places in the world. But I think metal and hardcore and all of those crossovers have quite a tight-knit scene. You kind of um almost grow up playing in different bands with each other. For example, Conjurer, I've known those guys for maybe like 7, 8 years, and Overpower from Bristol as well.
Okay.
The same with like Ben in Prison, played shows with those guys as well. And Grove Street as well, they've been around. Yeah, I think it because it's quite like a small gigging circuit almost. You definitely run into the same people, and the longer that you stick at it, the better you get to know these people, and it's a super nice feeling to be involved in a community, especially when it's a community that you care about. So yeah, we're super proud of the UK scene at the moment.
It's a good concurrency. You understand? It's a good, not again. It's a good connection, good mix, a good relationship. Good.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay. I have seen in one show on YouTube during a live set. You wear not a Ozzy Osbourne T-shirt, but you wore Venom Prison T-shirt, if
Yeah,
I'm right.
yeah.
And so, do you know personally Larissa Stupa from Venom Prison?
Yeah, from playing shows. Yeah, yeah.
Because I think there is connection. There are connections. Maybe not in the you are a girl in a brutal band, metal and hardcore band with a lot of influences, and I think you can bring a lot to this scene, a new vision, a new regard. And Larissa, remember an interview about Venom Prison, she has fight in her life about against rape, against violence against women, against industrialization of vagina in India. She has a lot of fights in her struggles in her lyrics. Do you have that in with HERIOT? Do you have strong lyrics? What the lyrics? Do you write the lyrics? And what are they about?
Yeah, I do write the lyrics. Yeah.
They're more
Yeah,
personal,
for
maybe.
sure. Yeah, some songs are personal. Others are maybe about broader themes. Within Harriet, we're never completely transparent about what all of our songs are about, but we tend to lean more on themes rather than direct meanings. So, for example, our new album is encompassed around the idea of the devouring mouth of hell, and how you can
Yeah.
interpret it as whatever you perceive to be. So for us, we had different themes around um, social injustice,
Yeah.
corruption, moral fragility, um, and that kind of those kind of references.
Okay. For example, what is happening now in England with violent strikes, violent riots against about racism racism, and there are murders. There are some murders. And how is the situation or the context in England? And do you feel closed? What happened about this violence in your street, in your town, and maybe are there present in your music in a way?
Yeah, of course.
example?
I think any person with good morals and who uh, cares about the world and society should be very angry and disgusted with what is happening in the UK right now. I think as a band, we definitely have that in mind quite a lot when we write songs, especially when a big event happens that we disagree with. It tends to work its way into our songs in some sort of way. But again, we would never be like, this song is about this one instance. We leave it broad and we leave it for the listener to kind of make up their own interpretation of it or their own scenario of what they connect with the lyrics.
Okay. And you live in Sweden, in Sweden.
No,
No,
I live in
Bristol,
Birmingham. No,
Birmingham. Ah,
Birmingham. Yeah.
Birmingham, it was very hot. Birmingham. Recently,
Yeah.
about breaking news. Okay. But now, for example, in the street, it's okay for you? It's quiet?
Yeah. It's luckily, I think with the recent unfortunate presence of racism quite heavily within the UK. That seems to have been met with a really uh, strong and brave reaction from the left. And I think overall, I interpret this as a great um, as a great sense for people trying to overcome that and trying to set the example that it's disgusting to discriminate in any way really, but especially from a racial angle.
Okay. And could we say HERIOT is a political band or not? Engaged?
I wouldn't say that we're a politically engaged band. I wouldn't say that. As people, obviously we're very we have strong moral compasses and we have things that we definitely disagree about, but from a musical perspective, we don't, not all of our songs are politically charged. That's just not how we've chosen to write our music. But
Okay.
as people, obviously we are very conscious of trying to spread a positive message and conducting ourselves as best as we can as people and encouraging other people to do so as well.
Okay. With the band, you rehearse in Birmingham together? You rehearse?
We rehearse in Bristol.
Bristol. Okay. Okay. Could you remind us what does the word HERIOT mean? I think it's an English old word.
It is, yeah. It's a medieval word for death tax. So it was used in medieval times. There are a few different meanings of the word Heriot, but I believe it comes from an Anglo-Saxon era
Okay.
of death tax.
You said death tax.
Yeah,
I
so
I don't know.
I think there are a few different
Meanings.
almost instances, but one of them is when somebody dies, you had to at that point pay money to the leader of the country.
Okay. 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 On the new album, so there are two singles out now, if I'm right, Full Void and Siege Lord.
That's
And
right.
we can see this anger and also the background about factory, old disindustrialization, typical in Birmingham, etc. You shot this video. They are very strong, very punchy, but at the same time, I think these two songs, Full Void and Siege Lord, with one more experimental, a bit more industrial. I think you bass player like that. This bring this touch, industrial touch. You like that and noise touch. And we can. I think it's a good photo with these two singles of the new album. That's why you choose these two singles, or that's the label who choose Central Media would choose these two singles.
No, we chose the singles. So Siege Lord we felt was a great summary of what we wanted to do with the album. So that one came first.
Okay.
It was also the first time that we've kind of had choruses in our songs. So we wanted to try that as well. But Foul Void is one of my favorite songs off the album. I think it's a great reference of maybe how we've grown a little bit musically, of being more refined in what we want to achieve. It's still got all the bits that make a Heriot song, but I feel like it's maybe a better summary of what we want to sound like as a band.
Okay. Before you released another song, Demure.
Yeah,
Demure. But if I'm right, it's not included in the new album, Devoured by the Mouth of Hell. Why? Because
no.
why?
We weren't writing the album at that time, so it was a standalone single.
Okay.
And when we were writing the album, we wanted all the songs to be cohesive with one another and to write them consciously as a body of work rather than just song after song. So we wrote all of the album songs, in the same chunk of time, kind of thing.
Okay, because I speak about that because there is another song called Opaline,
Yeah. Hmm.
and more atmospheric. I like it very much, uh, uh, and it reminds me this previous song, Demure. That's why
Hmm.
I ask you: is it you who brings this new touch in the band and Harriet? Because you sing, maybe you have the clean vocals, you develop some atmosphere. Is it you? Female touch, I don't know. You bring that in this new album, can with other song more in your face.
Yeah, I really like atmospheric music as well as metal. I since kind of playing around with clean singing,
Okay,
I'm trying to view it more as an instrument rather than just vocals. So I really enjoy playing around with different ways to layer vocals within the song and make them more of like a texture rather than just I don't know, sitting on top of on top of the music. And I guess because I do both, like play and sing, um, my brain is maybe wired a little bit more towards that rather than I'm not a vocalist by I don't know, that was never my like main intention within a band. So I guess I maybe look at it from a different angle sometimes.
okay. And how did you compose this new album together? Uh, every member brings some ideas, some parts. So you write all the lyrics, or your colleague who sings and bass player. I don't remember his name. The,
It's Jake.
yeah, Jack, write some lyrics also. How
Yeah.
did you mix? You rehearse together in Bristol and
Yeah,
with them?
so we were all always writing riffs and songs, and we
Okay.
have, a folder of different bits.
Mhm.
Jake is kind of the mastermind of making all of our riffs fit and making them into cohesive songs rather than just ideas. But we all do that together.
Okay.
Um, so uh, we spent chunks of time together working on this album. Lyrically, myself and Jake write lyrics, and then we just bring them together for, the songs.
Okay. This new album, if I'm right, was produced by Will Putney.
It was mixed and mastered by Will Putney.
Oh, yeah, from of an Autopsy. Okay.
Yeah.
So the sound is awesome. Very modern, but the brutal parts are very powerful. But the mix of atmospherical parts, the arrangements, the chords, the vocals, all that. Yeah, it's a very good result and very powerful, but at the same time atmospheric. You wanted something like that, a crossover, something hybrid in one album. Yeah, and on
Yeah,
stage,
for sure.
you are going to play some more atmospherical tracks, or
I
it
think
depends.
so. I think that kind of thing will work its way into our set for sure. We'd just like to be able to do it um, perhaps more at headline shows.
Yeah.
But we'll see, we'll see. You know, never say never. Maybe some of the clean songs will be played on support tours as well. We'll see.
Okay. This summer you play on some summer festivals or not? You're more at home and make the promotion of the new stuff and you rehearse new songs? No.
Yeah, we just come back off a festival run, so we did Rock am Ring and Rock in Park, Download Festival, Hellfest, Year on Air,
Okay.
and Resurrection Festival.
You did the Hellfest in France?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
how was it? I know very well.
Yeah, it was fantastic. One of the best festivals, if not the best festival I've ever been to. I thought it was honestly incredible. Yeah, we
After
had a really
download,
good show.
after download maybe, or reading festival. No?
Um, I think it's a different like
Yeah.
vibe to Download and Reading Festival. I think UK festivals are very different to European ones.
Okay. On guitars, I have noticed that you play on only, if I'm right, Jackson guitars.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
You are endorsed by this mark, Jackson Guitar. You are endorsed by them.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm right, you have a model, the new model American Jackson guitar signature, orange
Yeah.
or pink. I don't remember. It's a new model, new American guitar Jackson they released
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah. So I have the American Virtuoso. I was part of that campaign release. So I have that model, and I also have the new SL2, which is then one of their newer range guitars as well.
Okay. What is your guitar tuning? In D flat? No, no.
No,
It's
drop
C.
A,
Oh,
drop A, drop A.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Like corn? No, no.
So it's A. Oh, I'm not sure. Corn might play. I think they play around that tuning. They're definitely as low. Yeah.
But you play only on 6 string guitars.
Yeah.
Okay. No 7, no 8 guitar, no string guitar.
I used to have a 7-string
Yeah.
guitar back in the day. I enjoyed it a lot, but not for Harry because we already play in, drop A. We don't really need to add a note that's even lower than that. We're already kind of pushing how low you can go.
Okay. I have got one, me too, but Ibanez, but I resold it because I prefer 6 string guitars.
I
More
think me
simple.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to add? Because we are going to conclude. What do you want to add about HERIOT, about this new album? What do you bring on this new album, this new stuff? Maybe, and when can we hope to see you live in France? Maybe next year. I don't know. Are you going to make a European tour, Asian tour, American tour?
We'll be in France at the end of this year with Fit for an Autopsy and Silosis and Darkest Hour, so that'd be really cool.
Okay.
We're hoping to go over to the US as soon as possible, really. As soon as we're able to make that work, that's definitely on our bucket list and with our intentions with this album as well. With this album, we're just really excited to be able to put a full body of work out there. We've never had a release as long as this before. And I think with it being our debut, we're really excited to kind of present ourselves in a way that we always wanted to, and feel as though we're in a better position to do that now after touring for a few years and working behind the scenes for far longer than that, and touring in a different kind of level years before this. It feels really nice to have this landmark moment for us now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations for this new album. I think we're gonna listen to you to hear about the band in the future. I think good luck with this new album.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I thank you.
Thanks
Bye
for
bye.
having me.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you very much, Debbie.